Persistence. Bob Proctor. In 1953, a beekeeper from Auckland, New Zealand gained worldwide recognition, followed by fame and fortune. Knighted by Queen Elizabeth for his achievement, Sir Edmund Hillary and his guide, Tenzing Norgay, became the first people to climb Mount Everest and return safely, after 2 previous failures. Hillary had 2 obvious strengths of character that literally took him to the top: vision and persistence. All of his skills would have been insignificant without persistence. These traits are exactly the same traits you need to reach the summit of your own mountain. Every day you face mountains. You can climb them or remain at the base. Anyone who has achieved success will tell you that persistence is absolutely essential to conquering mountains and changing results. Those who choose to remain at the foot of the mountain never decided to develop this strength. These people dream of being stars. They want fame and fortune, but fame does not necessarily go hand in hand with fortune. Fame comes only after a high price has been paid, and many people march at the base of mountains unwilling to pay that cost. Napoleon Hill wrote in his book Think and Grow Rich, the word persistence has no heroic connotation, but it refers to people whose will must be as unyielding as steel. Hill was right. Persistence is a unique strength of the mind, a force necessary to combat the violent power of repeated rejection and the many other obstacles that lie in wait for us, all of which are part of success in a fast and ever-changing world. There are hundreds of biographies of successful men and women who paved the way for others, leaving their mark on the pages of history. Every one of these great individuals was persistent. In many cases, it was the only trait that separated them from everyone else. Let's look at Ben Hogan. He weighed only 60 kilograms, but every gram of that weight was saturated with persistence. Born into a poor family, Hogan began working at a golf club as a caddy to earn extra money for his family. That led to the birth of a dream. He became a great golfer. Through incredible amounts of hard work, practice, and persistence, Ben Hogan became one of the world's best golfers. In 1946 he won the U.S. Open, the National Golf Championship of the United States. His achievements brought him worldwide recognition, but he had not yet faced his mountain. The following year Hogan was involved in a head-on collision with a bus and was not expected to survive due to his injuries. He survived, but doctors said he would never walk again. That was their opinion, not Ben Hogan's. As he began imagining himself playing golf again, he insisted that his golf clubs be placed in the corner of his hospital room. A year later, Hogan won the U.S. Open again. The following year he won 3 major championships. In total, after the accident that nearly ended his life, he achieved 54 victories. Does persistence pay off? Ask Ben. Another person who vividly demonstrated how far persistence can take you was the late Charlie Boswell. Boswell was a businessman, salesman, writer, and golfer from Birmingham, Alabama. He held numerous national and international championship titles. But what truly distinguished him was the fact that he was blind. That's right. Charlie Boswell lost his sight after being blown off a tank during World War II. Sales, golf, and writing were all pursuits he continued after his tragic accident. Do you think Charlie Boswell was persistent? You decide whether to quit or to continue when those inevitable mountains appear on the road to your goal. Everything that originates in your mind and that you believe in, you must achieve through persistence. Make the decision now to be one of those people who bring ideas into reality, one of the group that receives the lion's share of the rewards. Understand that to join the group of productive achievers, you must begin practicing persistence immediately. Make persistence your well-developed habit. Persistence cannot be replaced by any other trait. Superior skills will not compensate for it. Good education cannot replace it. Nor can well-developed plans or a magnetic personality. When you are persistent, you will become a leader in your field. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful people with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan, "Press on," has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. People who never face mountains, who wander at their base for most of their lives, have, in my opinion, lied to themselves and to everyone who would listen, so often and for so long that they are no longer even aware of what they are doing. They say they are satisfied with their results. They will say climbing the mountain is not important to them, that they are comfortable as they are. There is a chance they secretly began climbing years ago and became frightened. They hit a barrier of fear, quickly retreated to their comfort zone, and have hidden behind their own false justification ever since. They often excuse their mediocre results with statements like, "Why should I give it my all? The boss will just want more." These unproductive individuals are lost or, at best, misguided. If you cannot awaken them, make sure you do not allow them to pull you into their trap. In fact, when you come into contact with such people, use them as a trigger to mentally double your commitment to becoming more persistent. How do you become more persistent? Good question. Persistence does not develop by accident. You are not born with it, nor can you inherit it, and no one in the world can develop persistence for you. Persistence is intertwined with success in the same way a chicken is intertwined with an egg. Ultimately, persistence becomes a way of life. But that is not where it begins. To develop the habit of persistence, you must first want something. You must want something so intensely that it becomes a burning desire, a passion within you. You must fall in love with the idea. Yes, literally fall in love with it. Embrace every part of it. Then persistence will appear automatically. The very thought of not persisting will become unbearable, and anyone who tries to take your dream away, stop you, or even slow you down will face serious resistance. Difficulties, obstacles, and challenges will certainly appear regularly, but through persistence, you will win every time. Few people have admitted to themselves, "This is what I want. This is what I really want, and I am willing to give my life for it." That last sentence may cause you to sit back and say, "Wait a minute," and that's good, because you should think seriously about it, since you are already giving your life for what you are doing. What are you doing? What are you giving your life for? Is it a fair exchange? Remember, everything you do was your decision. Are you sure? You may be one of those unfortunate individuals wandering at the base of mountains, allowing others to decide where you go and what you do with your life, following. Always following. Take this message as a warning. This burning message about persistence will help you leave the base and lead you all the way to the summit. It is not a ski lift. It will not make the climb easier. You will still attract the problems you need, and they will come to strengthen you. But this message will certainly make the climb far more enjoyable. It will also help you develop strong attitudes, confidence, and an inner awareness that you will reach the top. The summit will be yours, and the view from the top will be magnificent. It will be ample reward for all the problems you encountered along the way. Speaking of summits and persistence, let's return to Ed Hillary. What passion do you think he felt for his goal? He must have truly desired to climb that mountain. Think of the physical and mental agony he endured. He was clearly prepared to give his life for what he wanted. History shows that everyone who had seriously attempted to climb Everest before him either failed or died tragically in the attempt. When most people think of Sir Edmund Hillary and his expeditions, they ask, what kept him from giving up over time? He desired it. That motivated him. That is why he was persistent. Instinctively, he wanted it so badly that he did not quit. When someone does not understand this, they usually ask, why? Why did he want it? He did not know why. He did not need to know why. Why was not important. I want was important. Persistent people never know why they want something. They only know that they want it, and to have it, they must act and they must become. They want it so much that they continually imagine it until they become the living, breathing embodiment of what the desire represents, because these are the steps that must be taken for the creative process to work in our lives. Ordinary people have done extraordinary things because they consciously recognized what they wanted and refused to suppress or reject it. They did not give up even when failure, rejection, bankruptcy, or death stared them in the face. It had to be that way, otherwise an ordinary person would never do something extraordinary. They would not have persisted. The power of the desire and the strength of their persistence caused them to draw upon resources they were previously unaware they possessed. They expressed what was within them, greatness. If the dream is big enough, the facts don't matter. Eboreyko. The great psychologist Alfred Adler struck at the heart of it when he said, I am grateful for the ideas that use me. The very idea of persistence filled every part of Ben Hogan's being, but only because his desire was so strong. Remember, the true focus of this message is persistence. It is important that we remember that, because we could easily get lost climbing Mount Everest with Ed Hillary or playing golf with Hogan. They are not the stars of this movie. They play supporting roles. Persistence is the star. Think deeply about that. Persistence will make you a star. It will give you a #1 hit in the world. How does an idea, a desire, or a dream strike a person so powerfully that persistence becomes its natural result? Napoleon Hill explained it well. He said that an idea, a desire, must be nurtured and courted from the very beginning simply to stay alive, but gradually it gains power of its own and sweeps aside all opposition. Then it begins to nurture and guide you. He further explained that this is how ideas operate. They have more power than the physical brains that gave birth to them. They have the power to live long after the physical brain that created them has turned to dust. Have you decided what you want? Attempting to develop persistence is actually a waste of time if there is no desire, because then life's problems will defeat you. It is a well-known and documented fact that life's problems are many. They come often, and they are often enormous. However, when the dream is big enough, problems will be overcome and facts will not matter. Make your desire big, and you will persist. Decide what you really want, and you will be persistent. Remember, if the desire is big enough, the facts don't matter. And remember what Napoleon Hill said, the word, persistence, has no heroic connotation, but it refers to people whose will must be as unyielding as steel. Go and act. Study success. Choose your desire and stick with it. Then life will be what it is meant to be.